Good morning, traders. Today is June the 24th. My name is Neville Hornsey, market analyst with YouTrading, and today I'm going to be talking about the British pound. Okay, so we're going to start on the YouTrading.com website, and we're looking at the heat map for the currency pairs. The British pound, you can see here from left to right, is generally bullish against most of the other sort of pairs. Only the yen and the CAD are refusing to go green today. If we then go to globalrates.com, you can see that UK's interest rates are set at 0.1%, and that changed last March 2020. If we go to the active trader platform, if we look to the left-hand side, I've got a load of British pound versus other currency pairs and their sentiment indicator. So starting with the euro versus the pound, it's the most extreme reading, really. 82% of traders on the platform are bullish the euro versus the pound. And if we were to go to that chart, you can see that we're in this downward sloping trend. It's in a channel. It's quite a tight, neat channel. And they generally break in the opposite direction. So we'll be looking for a break to the upside, and that would be in line with these retail traders. Obviously, it could grind and grind and grind lower. The stochastic on this daily chart isn't really sort of offering any signs that it's going to be sort of upticking anytime soon. The moving averages themselves, you've got the 20 in red, the green in 50, and the 200 in blue. They're all pointing downwards. They're all bearishly sort of stacked. And if we were to rise as the euro pound traders think we would, there'd be quite a few roadblocks ahead. First being the 20, then the 50, then the top of this range, and then if they were able to get the momentum going, by the time the stochastic got up to overbought, I'd imagine we'd be at the top of this measured move and the 200 period moving average. So going down the list, the British pound is weak in terms of sentiment against the Swissy, the New Zealand dollar, and the yen. And then by the time we get to the British pound versus US dollar, it kind of evens off. So if we look at the British pound versus US dollar, you can see that since the start of the year, we've been in quite a reasonable sideways channel. The range itself starts around 1.368 and goes all the way up to 1.422. We're basically in the middle of that range. We're about to approach this sort of level, like the 1.399 to 1.4. That has acted as resistance in the past. We broke higher in May, and then we traded along the sort of upper bounds of that range before breaking through quite cleanly, just to come down and test this old sort of consolidation period back in April. We didn't make it down to the 200 period moving average, so that's relatively bullish as a sign. There's definitely buyers down here. There is going to be overhead resistance at the big figure 1.4 and these 20 and 50 period moving averages. It's going to take quite a lot of momentum to get back up. We'd need like a really big green candle, sort of similar in moves to the red ones we saw here. And then if we were to rise, then there was a lot of trading through May into June. So there'd be a lot of volume there. And, it's going to be tricky to get any higher unless we get something fundamentally change in the macroeconomics. If we look at the dollar index, because that is the other side of the British pound US dollar, you can see the dollar itself is stalling at the 200 period moving average. So I am expecting this FOMC candle to get tested at some point. Stochastic is showing overbought as well. And previous, when we've been around the 200 period moving average, the stochastic has sort of signaled that that's as high as it's going to go. UK 100, if this is like a proxy for the UK economy, everything looks like it's pointing upwards. We did have this big red candle back on the 18th, but that was reversed pretty much all the way over the last few trading days. The 50 period moving average is obviously acting as support. And if, everything goes according to expectations today, the Bank of England will hold rates at 0.1%. They'll keep their asset purchase facility running at 895 billion. But if the Bank of England MPC have members dissent against the majority, and if there's like a move more towards people thinking that we should be cutting the asset purchase facility, last meeting, Haldane was the only dissenter. And if there was a move of one of the members away from keeping rates as is, then that would also be market information that the British pound and no doubt the UK 100 would move on. So it depends on what they're thinking as much as what they actually do, because they're probably not going to do anything today. But if they start to signal, a bit like the Fed started to signal that they're thinking about changing monetary policy in the future because of inflation, because of improving conditions, then we might get a move. So probably best not to take a position until after all the sort of news is out, all the data is being digested, and then look for the sort of support and resistance of previous times, as well as where we could be heading. Generally, if you see a breakout, wait for a pullback and then take the continuation trade. And if you see, like I said, like extreme sentiment against one of your favorite pairs, a bit like they say the euro versus the pound, look to fade that move. Okay, so fingers crossed we get some movement today rather than just stay in these channels. If you do make some money, try and hold on to it. It's Friday tomorrow, and I'll catch you then. All right, take care.